Hey TechKnowStuds! Another guiding principle that we might have for our company is the need to know. So in this lesson, let's get into need to know and what it looks like. Let's start out with a little scenario. There is a government employee who is being interviewed by the media. And the media was interviewing this government employee because there was some damage done to a satellite, and this employee was giving the details of what damage was being done. One of the interviewers asked, how do they know what the damage was done to this satellite? In which case the government employee said, well, we took a look through our telescope and looked at this damage through this telescope, which seems pretty innocent. It was an innocent comment, an innocent statement. But what it did is it gave away the power that we had during the time of this telescope, that we could actually look up into the sky and see this minute detail way up in the sky using this telescope, which was classified at the time. So here's an example of this government employee made an innocent comment, but gave away certain information that he was not supposed to give away to the media. Need to know is a similar concept to least privilege. And the idea is that you don't give people information if they don't need to have access to that information. By limiting the amount of information, sensitive information that you give to everyone, then you limit the attack vector of this as well. So when it comes to the benefits of this, then I would say that somebody couldn't accidentally disclose something, or somebody couldn't really intentionally disclose something. But I'd say that there's another benefit to this as well. And that is just by focusing on that this is a need to know information, this is sensitive information and need to know only, what you've done is you've created a heightened sense of security around those who do actually know, by establishing what the expectation is that they are not going to distribute this information to anyone else besides the person that needs to know the information. Now, I will tell you that I'm 100% on board with least privilege. I'm not 100% on board with need to know. I generally agree with this principle. But the reason why I'm not 100% on board with this is because I can tell you that there is a trust that you gain by disclosing certain information to your employees, by including them early in on processes, by including them in the process. And so generally speaking, I actually do share a lot of information with my employees. But you need to balance this out. You need to make sure that you're not disclosing certain information that could be very damaging to the company. So I'm 100% on board with least privilege, and I'd say I'm half on board with this need to know privilege. But there is times and places where this is definitely something that I would implement company-wide or organizational-wide. And a good example of that is national security, that we would want to implement this need to know if it came down to something like national security.